So, this is the review of the 2013 movie The Monkey's Paw. It's not rated, once again in the gory films category, and it's an hour and 28 minutes long. Stars C.J. Thomason, Stephen Lang, and Michelle Pierce. And it's directed by Brett Simmons. The blurb that they have for us says, when Jake Tilton receives a monkey's paw, a cursed artifact that grants the bearer 3 wishes, he discovers that there is a dark twist to the gift. It was a good movie overall. The storyline was alright. I mean, it followed through with everything. I definitely didn't see any of that coming. I mean, I was very surprised at pretty much everything. As far as gore goes, it had its moments. A lot of cracked necks, brains all over the place. Stabbings. One guy got his head cut in half. That was pretty cool. It was very fake though, because it made his head fan out like this, and heads don't do that. It's gonna be like maybe that, not all the way over here. And I gotta say, it was a pretty good movie. I mean, it started out all upbeat and stuff. You know, as far as the way a storyline is supposed to go, you know, where it starts off with the very small slope, and then it reaches the top, and then it has a nice down slope. This one was a little bit different, I guess. I mean, it was going up, and then a quick drop down, going back up, and then just straight through with a really quick drop at the end. The guy who played the main psychopath, the guy that gets, I'm not sure who it is. He's the older dude, but that guy, he plays pretty much the psychopath. Basically, he dies, and one of the wishes that gets used is for him to be alive again. Well, he comes back with no soul, so he's just killing everybody. He did a really good job. Very, very good job. I mean, he played the crazy guy really, really well. I believe it's supposed to be like based out in New Orleans or something like that, because of the accent that they had. And I mean, the other guy that the main character's constantly talking to is, he's got that really nice Cajun accent, you know, born in the bayou. Really, really good. They had a lot of funny moments too. I mean, like, just morbid humor, I guess. Some of it, but My favorite one, I have to say, was when Cobb was gonna kill his brother and sister-in-law. He drove through this security guard's outpost, and the guy's like, "Man, are you crazy? You almost killed me." So, and he stops because Cobb gets out of the truck with this big ass machete, and he's all like, "Almost?" And puts the machete on his shoulder, and then the guy's all like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna go." So that was pretty funny. Sorry, I'm kind of tired. I really liked the, I want to say, twist that they put on like the Lucky Rabbit's foot. That was pretty good. I enjoyed the fact that it had a darker side to it, as far as, like, you know, how wishes can go wrong. What is it? Oh, it's every time you make a wish, it puts a twist on it, makes it darker. So that was enjoyable. Trying to think what else. I mean, overall, it was a good movie. It's not one of those things where you're gonna be like, "Dude, you want to watch this movie again?" You know, you wait a couple of days, a week or so, before you watch it again. At least for me, you know. They you know, they took it in a good direction, I gotta say. I mean, as far as, like, drinking, you know, where the paw originated as far as for the story, what happens to it after. Although I honestly gotta say, I totally saw the ending coming. As far as soon as they got into that massive fight scene where he dropped the paw, I totally saw where it was going. The makeup artist did a very good job, because the entire time after Cobb gets brought back to life, he has, like, this massive scar on massive open wound on his forehead, which dude, it looked great. I mean, it looked raw. It looked like it wasn't bleeding anymore, but it was just, like, there. It was pretty cool. Especially, you know, the way that they portrayed flying through a windshield and dying. You know, that type of shit. The one thing I don't understand, though, when they were in the car crash, they crashed into the tree. And, I mean, this was a fairly big tree. It took up a good majority of the hood of the car. So, well, my question is when he flies out of the windshield, okay, driving in a straight line, if you stop on a dime, your body is still gonna go in a straight line. So why did he not fly directly into the tree instead of ending up like 5-6 feet to the right? You know, he was nowhere near the tree. Plus, he was drunk off his ass. And, you know, that it makes your body more limber. You're not tensed up for an accident and shit. I like the fact that they incorporated the alligator. I mean, it was humorous because they swerved on the road to avoid hitting an alligator. And then right after Cobb talks to Jake, you know, after he's brought back to life, he's all, "See you later, alligator." And I thought that was funny. Their use of tools in this, you know, as far as large machinery, was admirable. You know, they had the forklifts and everything, and when he's messing with the forklift, you think for sure that he's gonna, like, I don't know, hardwire it so that it just drives directly into the guy and crushes him or some shit. But no, he puts his head between a belt compressor, which I thought was pretty cool. Although I don't agree with the way that the head would explode. I mean, you know, it's between the part that presses down on the flat surface that just kind of stays there. And yeah, that's cool. But technically, if your head is crushed that way, the top of your head is not going to blow out. What should have happened as far as, like, you know, when that happens, first thing to go is your skull. I mean, that, especially since the top of the compressor was right here, is like on his ear. You've got all that intricate shit in your ear, so you're gonna crush all that first. You know, break your jaw. You're basically smashing his head sideways. So it should have, like, I don't know, given him an hourglass thing going on with his head, at the very least. Although, when they did start crushing his head, there was a lot of blood. And it didn't look like that fake fucking Kaladi ketchup looking stuff that they use. It actually looked like blood, which I thought was pretty cool. I think that scene would have been pretty interesting if they'd done something like to make his eyes red to show that the blood vessels are bursting, because that's what usually happens when there's problems going on like that. But at the same time, you know, not a lot of people are paying attention to that like I am. They're mostly just watching the top of the guy's head blow out like one of those weird confetti poppers for the 4th of July. I don't know, it was definitely interesting to watch, like, because it appeared that the longer that Cobb was alive without his soul, like, his body was still decomposing and stuff, he was coughing up blood and, you know, that stuff, and that was really cool, you know? Overall, it was a good movie. Lots of blood, lots of guts, brains, you know, good sound effects, good makeup, wonderful acting, gotta say that, wonderful acting. But yeah, so very nice job to all the actors and the director of this movie. If you've seen this movie, or you have some more questions about it, or if you've got a suggestion, or just, like, you want to leave a comment, please do so. I'm gonna try and find another movie to watch. Talk to you guys in the next video.